country.
Across the
Yes,
country.
it's just a general crime spree. Right. Okay. Oh my.
Good morning, Charlie Pierce. Roger Daltrey sends his love.
Good morning, Starshine. The world says hello.
Aww.
We always say hello here in Hollywood with a name drop. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm ignoring the name drop because Jody knows how jealous I am of her.
Sting
Right,
also
but-
sends his love and tells me to stop being such a name dropper. Okay. Charlie, you said
Hi.
you tweeted the only appropriate response to a hammer attack is horror and compassion.
Yep.
But given the chance, the right has decided, no, those aren't really for us. Thanks. I mean, that's what it is, right? I mean, they are awful humans.
Yeah, I give up with these people.
Yeah.
I no longer want to understand them. I no longer want to hear their complaints. I no longer want to hear that there's something concrete under all their violent foolishness. I don't want to hear about economic anxiety or industrial dislocation or whatever the sociology du jour is behind this. We've got a political party devoted to violent political action.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah.
As dedicated to it as the weathermen ever were.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is the Democratic Party never adopted the weathermen.
Yeah. But I mean, I was, even being a happy clappy liberal, I felt you. You said over the weekend, watching the reaction to the assault on Paul Pelosi, I just gave up. We're on the very brink of handing the country over to the lost and the mad. And that's, I mean, I didn't think this midterm can feel more important in a week, but this is just, it's just everything. You said, I've watched the steady descent of American conservatism and its primary public vehicle, the Republican Party, into the terminal depths of the prion disease. And it just, as we were saying today, after everything was debunked that they said over the weekend, they've just doubled and tripled down, right?
Well, apparently they've moved along now to this being some sort of deep state plot.
Yes.
Which is contradicted, I would point out, by the guy who committed the crime.
Right.
Yeah.
In his confession.
Yeah.
Which is quite honestly the most amazing transcript of a confession that I've seen since Jeffrey Dahmer's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which I have in my file here somewhere. I'll do a dramatic reading of it.
Oh, great.
Thank
you.
No, I think that the most telling line in it is, because it's all written in copies. I mean, the subject stated, the subject, averred, blah, blah, blah. And there's a line in it that says, the subject stated it takes about an hour to boil a head.
Okay.
Well, that fell down a well.
You write this week, the violence is general and increasingly detached from reality. They are beyond anyone's reach. They're beyond logic and reason. They've left democratic norms and customs far behind decades ago. They're beyond a political compromise. They're beyond checks and balances. They've drifted off into the void of space far beyond the Constitution. And you also I cited Max Boot yesterday. You said that you appreciated what he wrote in the Post, and you, as you say, no one's definition of a libtard, but I don't blame you for not being hopeful, but you just ended by saying, I just can't anymore. These people are simply lost and mad. Their party's lost and mad. The political movement is simply lost and mad. Their candidates are simply lost and mad. We are on the very brink of handing the country over to the lost and mad. The prion disease has jumped from one subject population to the general public, and in too many ways it's creating its own reality in the national mind. We are all lost and mad. It doesn't sound like you have much of a prescription for how we get back, or do we?
Prescription. The only prescription is to crush these people in the ways provided by the Constitution, so that not only are they stripped of their political power, but they never rise again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's either that or any of the other solutions are worse than the disease. I mean, you're going to start rounding up people for what they said on Twitter, or I still have a great love for the First Amendment. I don't want to go that way, but these are not. You saw the latest story about this congressional candidate down in Texas who wrote a novel in which Anne Frank survives and comes to meet Jesus in Auschwitz.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
That is so offensive on so many levels.
Right.
I can't count them all.
That's
This
like
guy's running for Congress.
Yeah, it's like an offensive lasagna or parfait.
Yes.
Bad
Yeah.
fanfic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.